guys, welcome back to the Going Graham channel. So I'm here today with my single apostolic friend Roxy and my single Seventh-day Adventist friend Lamoye, aka Chaps. Alright, so you know the big topic of 2020. I was speaking from a nurse's perspective, nurses on the ward, nurses in specialist areas, and just a regular roadman, you know? Yeah, so we're just going to jump right into it. How did it feel when I hear the corona come?
You did nervous.
Really? I was made it afraid, like immediate did make you feel like you could just go outside and take a breath and just, you're dead.
And then, you know, for the past months hearing about the virus overseas, all over the world, and then if you know, say it actually upstairs when we work. No, sir. How crazy.
You know,
craziness.
I have to admit, once upon a time, I did think you never go reach Jamaica.
Me too. As much as our persons always I say, oh, you know, when America sneeze, Jamaica can take over. Like, no, you're not going to reach. Like, you mad?
And you know, ironically, you never even come from America.
Exactly. UK come from.
Yeah.
But even when it came in and people were dying and stuff, yeah, and it was serious. But I was incredibly annoyed at the people who were sending out these broadcast messages and buying up this heap of tissue or whatever. I was more upset about that part than actually thinking, oh gosh, this is serious, you know, people are dead, you know, kind of a thing. No, I never. I wasn't concerned. I'm sorry.
Me actually concerned is just that I feel like the media did actually what you call it, Abby?
Hyperinflate.
Like relax, like everybody buy out the tissue them, everybody me not really understand how tissue come in.
No Lysol not the supermarket shelf them. Like nobody never stock up on food.
Nobody never stock up on food or vitamin C or vitamin D or none of that. Everybody just the mask, sanitizer, Lysol, tissue.
Yes. And that's
boxes of tissue, nothing else. So that alone, the media, that aspect, me they kind of blow it up out of proportion. But when me hear say the first case was here, immediately my whole life flashed before me. I say, well, like, look how we were just dead. Like everybody was everybody no free, like I say. Thousands of persons dying overseas, especially in New York, and then if you know, so it is here, and you see how in overseas them can't really manage it resource-wise. The hospitals them run out of stuff, and then if it come down here, so me I say no, like
country, me I say that's problem. If them first world can't manage, we definitely done for. Exactly. But you know, we did actually do good with it. We did actually surprise. What me noticed though, Lamoye did run into corona head first, literally, like when the whole staff did afraid, like she ready, throw me in there, have nothing to live for. That's basically Lamoye.
What happened?
Those aren't my exact words.
But why you wanted to die though?
And the wanted to die. Alright, here's the thing. Two things. One, I consider the fact that if I go to COVID or I go to COVID unit, I get all the resources so I can protect myself. When you're out there and a patient comes and you hear, oh, the patient, they have corona, you're just like, you know, you're exposed and whatever. So I say, alright, I want that assurance. That was one. Two, there are also people who had a lot of issues. So comorbidities, some persons were thinking about their families, going home to their families, who live with their grandmother and who have young baby and this and that and the other. I never had that because I live on.
She's single, so
exactly, and I live by myself. So, really, come go.
No, she loves it. I've never seen a part.
No, me have to make on know because when you probably think I joke, me them two girls there available.
Anyway, so I was just. Basically, just told my family that hey, I'm going to do this thing or whatever, and I just kept them up to date as to what was going on and things. So I never had to go and visit them per se in the whole time. But yeah, I don't know. Does somebody have to care for them now? I'm in a position to help the people. I'm terrified. Why not?
She know what should I run into. And I didn't have any instances like that on the ward where patient admit and doctor is like, you're not positive. And then the test come back and you're like, oh my god.
We've never had a patient where a patient was on the ward and they did a test and it came back positive. However, we've had patients on the ward who, after they were admitted on the ward, later down they were exposed to somebody with COVID, right? So that part, waiting until the COVID test came back was scary for us because we say, okay, we take care of the patient when the patient come 2-3 days ago, and then all of a sudden you tell us you were exposed, you know. So that was the scary part, waiting until the test results come back. Then, you know, a little anxiety there, but we've never had a case where somebody was exposed, did the test, and then they came back positive. We never have to thank God for that yet. After we realized that we started to have instances like those where a lot of persons who innocently came, because I work on a surgery ward, persons come in for surgery innocently, and then after we start to realize that okay, they said that okay, they might have been exposed to COVID, all of a sudden them implement the whole everybody should be tested before you actually admit. Right, so that kind of eliminates some of the anxiety.
You know what I did, like go down from patient come and know, so
yes,
at a time
one
it's
thing,
supposed to feel nice.
One thing with COVID, may I tell us, say COVID time nobody not have no other sickness.
Exactly.
Everybody good. So COVID did that. COVID, I thank you for that. I was well rested. Patients could I get almost one-to-one nursing. So I don't know if like them time they like all of a sudden the other sicknesses they just disappear or cool down, but we never have a lot of admissions during the peak time in, you know, COVID. So thank God for COVID.
So that's our one positive outside. You did the mask fitting?
No.
Oh, how do you feel all of them?
In the face.
Actually, I went there to do. We were told from our supervisor that we should do mask fitting. When we went down there, them say only for frontline workers. So them they just.
That's actually one I question, you know, because the public's perception of this thing is not. Even John did convince Roxy and not a frontline worker. Roxy.
Yeah.
Not
who is a nurse?
Yeah. No, when I reached that yet, because I got done him.
Give us.
I got done him properly when I reached down to that.
Wait, let me tell you how it started. So, you know, say, I plan this corona vlog, because I say, you know, Chops are frontline worker, and Chop Roxy are frontline worker, and I want to get both perspectives, direct and indirect contact with COVID positive patients. John is like, Roxy no need to come in there.
I'm there at hospital, right? And
on the front line.
Right.
The front line is the front line.
The front line is the front line.
Right.
Front line. If it front line. Once you work at hospital, you're a frontline worker.
I see
So
line
get that
in his defense. I see line of reason. No,
I understand, but like
some people think A&E, and ICU are frontline touch one corona patients.
yeah.
And then like the other wards, you know, are like sideline or. You know, we might get a COVID patient, but we don't actually deal with them kind of things. So I
understand.
But you're still the front line.
No, I understand what Danny's saying. We just are trying to be petty because they should have never said that.
My idea of the video was that we were going to talk about
the experience.
I'm talking about the full-on nurses experience.
I didn't get that picture.
Alright. Because we'd have to refer back to Chop's point, you know, Chop's run head first in a corona because she don't want to go through what Roxy would be going through. Screening through the whole of Jamaica. You don't know who have what, who coming from where, whose family come down from UK.
And you don't have the resources.
Enough time, I upon the word of me, I say, you know, say people don't want to COVID unit safer than we do.
Because, you know, after a while,
hands down.
Because we had a scare in my unit one time. Where somebody come and, you know, we say the first test positive and then boom, next test.
Oh, you remember that?
Sorry, first test negative, then boom, the next test positive. Everybody are freak out because we are supposed to be the non-COVID. So, you know, if we have a scare like that, you know, everybody did start run towards the COVID. Because right there, you know, what you get and, you know, say you have your PP.
Yeah, exactly.
PPE. Chops, give you the rundown of the COVID suit on a budget and your post-work routine.
Oh
yeah, the question.
Alright. So so head to toe we had our hairnet. Most persons wore goggles. I never wore goggles. I wore a face mask with a shield on it. N95 of course for those who N95 masks fit. We had K95 and the others. We usually put a strip of hand towel here, right, to protect your neck. If you don't do that when you come out, you just spray your neck with alcohol. Then you had the gown, we had some special gowns. Well, this was the first rotation. By the last rotation, God help us.
No, I have nothing.
We had aprons, some plastic apron business wearing. only the Lord could have protected us. Because, I mean, granted, you're protected from droplets and stuff, but you don't have that level of protection like the first time.
It's just last week, I say, like, me used to take these things for granted.
Yeah,
you know,
understand. I say, like, yellow
this week
gown.
kind of sweaty. Let me just throw it.
No, you have on the mask the whole time. Yeah, you lunch, you pull it down,
You
or
save
put it
it.
one
Yeah,
side
exactly.
and save it. And because it's like, who would have thought that you would have run out of mask? But
Right?
Crazy.
I hear some of my colleagues say them wash the mask until like
Yeah, me
some
hear that.
beads,
Me
like,
hear
some
that.
beads start forming.
you see people in a mask to the point where the
It's
mask
fuzzy.
start fuzz out.
Yeah.
There, like, the mask start fuzz out. But
That's
For
crazy.
real.
I'm just saying, go on,
So I'm sure that the
continue story,
integrity of the mask cannot be good.
Yeah,
As in,
probably.
after certain hours,
Probably
it's
that
not good again.
percentage decreasing like 99, 80,
Yeah.
70.
Oh my God, you know. So yes, I was at the gown, biohazard bags on our feet, boots.
Biohazard bag, and then you tuck the thing over so
Yeah.
it's
But I
still
forgot to tell you, we wore disposable
the blue gowns.
scrubs.
Surgical or
Sorry.
disposable scrubs.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Post-work routine.
Took off my shoes at my door, and then take off my stuff, my clothes, right?
I just really wait for Chops so she go and go bed in a
Wait,
carbolic
no.
every night.
It's
What?
coming.
Carbolic.
Go on.
It's
Go on.
coming.
Yep.
So I take out my clothes at the door, in the inside of my door. Put on my towel that was nearby. And then I had a bag with everything. So I had my carbolic soap, I had my shampoo in there. I had my I had body wash
like
as
our
well.
regular antibacterial, antimicrobial scrub.
Yeah, like
No, there was something about carbolic that
I
made
don't
me
know
feel
if
sick.
I don't know
But the thing
carbolic.
is-
But
but the thing is-
they can't imagine this
Stink.
and girl smell like a carbolic.
smell like a carbolic.
I bathed with body wash, Irish
and-
Spring
look
afterwards.
and-
But so
It kind of lingers.
No, not
It
for
does.
me. Not for me.
You
Never.
don't know.
What you
Anybody
mean?
ever tell you?
Nobody never complained. Me no say Abby would have complained.
you're probably not using enough.
No.
But once you bathe with carbolic soap,
Stain.
brother,
It's
Stain.
no, not to be bathed with Irish Spring afterwards. I believe me.
That's
when I
true.
say.
I've never
And I used to
smelled
wash my hair,
Chops.
so my hair used to smell like shampoo.
What your post-work routine?
similar to hers. I wash my hands, but I have to sanitize before I leave. So I sanitize my hands again, I sanitize my phone. If I use my charger at work, I sanitize my charger as well. Yeah, it's a bit less than hers because of course she would have had on more PPEs than me. So I just wash my hands. If me even go back on the work, take up my water bottle, I wash my hands before I leave again. And of course I sanitize my phone and my charger. That's it. Come home, leave my shoes. I don't leave it outside, but it's close to the door. So I leave it close to the door and then immediately I go bathe. So whether I'm hungry, whether my head hurt, me leave it take a pill,
Same.
straight to the shower, and then we can do all of what I want to do after that. I don't use nothing against carbolic.
I know.
but me use regular body
Yeah,
wash.
that's fine.
Family's reaction.
What your family reaction when you hear say COVID reach our hospital?
Alright, so when they heard that COVID was here, the first case, my family them from, of course, mommy and daddy call me. Jordan not really care. That's my brother. Whatever.
AK our son, you know.
Even not really, but my family members from overseas, everybody call me, text me, good me here because they know that we're in the hospital setting, so everybody call, everybody's concerned, be safe and all of that. Fine. So they were a bit anxious, and everybody I tell myself to be safe because of how serious it is. I wasn't able to go home. So I haven't been home from February. I go home weekend, so March, April, May, June, July. So 5 months. I say none of them. I've never been away from mommy and daddy and Jordan ever. It's so long.
So we're all from out of town. So similarly, I couldn't get to go home either. One, I have work, and just traveling on public transportation, you're going to come in contact with a lot of people. You don't really know where they're from and all of that. But my family's reaction, they're like, come here,
Yeah.
make sure you're not coming in
Come here,
contact
yeah.
with.
Everybody just anxious.
Yeah, they kind of worried for us, understandably. So, me humor them, of course, come for me, make sure you don't mind me, but I still have to come and work. So, I haven't been home in a while either.
5 months too? How long?
I don't remember.
But
I
a long more.
I feel like all before Corona, I've been up home.
So guys, it's ironic that I've been home the most.
And I really work. No, wait. And I should work up back home with, but no, ironic bad.
Okay, so the thing is,
Let me fold this over because any chaps drop off my cup in there, I go fight. You can push up your foot.
alright, yes. So initially, for the first rotation, of course, not people were kind of concerned and thing, but I had told them what my position was and why I was doing, and they understood why I was doing it, right? I also sent them pictures. So like at the time we were using the macerator and the disposable bedpans and stuff. All them stuff. I just sent them pictures and stuff. It was like so they could be a part of it. Show them the PPE and that it was safe. I told them about my thermometer, my logs, everything. So they were pretty much involved.
I just have to laugh how this was a whole experience.
It
Like,
was,
you just make it sound so fun.
Yes.
Yeah, like,
So and I wanted to present it as fun to them so that they don't be thinking, oh my
So
gosh,
you
she
kinda
going
treat
to
them
dead from
worried.
corona.
Kinda
Yeah, kind of a thing.
Reverse
So
psychology.
yes. So I used to send them pictures like on a daily basis and even they check up on me. Of course, my friends and stuff were calling and saying, no, be safe out there and things. My friends on Instagram were also saying, no, be safe, and at every juncture, people just saying, be safe,
You know,
be safe,
me
be
just
safe,
have
be
to
safe,
laugh
be safe.
when
Me
people
never
tell
hear
me
so
to be
much.
safe because you know it's not like I'm like, you know what, I
Yeah.
actually prefer not to be.
the first me ever say so much be safe. And
Yeah, seriously. So they
What was the mood of the patients, the positive patient?
I've never had a positive patient before, so that's more so chops.
My patients were zonked out. A joke. They're not dead, just not able to communicate. But them never seem concerned, to be honest. Like patients where I asked them, like, you know, corona is happening now, right? And just it seemed kind of carefree. I guess they didn't really know the extent of it. But chaps, what was you were
yes.
okay? What was it like? No, I don't want to say that's too specific. Just tell us the patient's mood.
What? Oh, for the patient.
Full blown discussion. Full blown as to why.
I'm sorry.
And then
I'm done.
just-
I'm done.
Just
You know
say
that
please, just
they
generalize.
right. So they were very concerned. So it wasn't even about themselves and being positive. That already happened, and them done ball and say, oh, you know, how this happened to me. But then it was more like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen for my family?
Yeah.
And then there were others who, well, I mean, when they were queried, they were like, boy, you know, I feel like I don't have it, you know, how could this reach me? No. And then when they have it, they're just like, how this reach me? I'm so careful and whatever. Who could I give me? No. And then after a while, they're just like, okay, well, I have this thing, so, you know, how are we gonna fight it?
Yeah. The public's response. Anyone ever face any interaction with the public as a nurse? Because in the media, I see where they must spray a nurse with Lysol and taxi man no one bring the nurse them come and work like.
Well, I have never had any. I've never had any of those experiences, but I know persons who, probably because we live on the residence, I want to really go on the road like that. And if we do going on the road, we're not in our uniform.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So nobody don't know who you are.
So, but I know persons said that they're in the supermarket, they're in the line, and persons grab them son, you know, oh, come, you know, don't go near the nurse. Yeah, the PCAs, them talk about that, like she in the supermarket, and then all of a sudden the lady was, come, don't go near to her and all that. So persons have had that, they don't want to bring the nurses in taxis.
I heard about that.
The spraying them with Lysol, persons threatened. I remember somebody was saying that because they have a bus that transports staff to Spanish Town, and they were saying that this was before the outbreak in St. Catherine. They were saying that anyhow Corona comes to Spanish Town, that's if Corona comes there, them are going to shoot up the bus. So them will have it.
So I really thought it was commendable how the charge nurses really took into consideration who had what, who did have asthma, who take steroids, and you know all those
Nursing
things.
baby.
Yeah, who have babies at home and them some there. So it's not so much that she did sign up for run into danger and disregard her whole family, but you know, she still have to consider herself, because at the end of the day, dead hero can't save nobody.
Exactly. It's crazy.
You know, everybody's stuck at home bored. What you did do? Did you take on any new hobbies? Like, what was your keep your
I
peace?
think I run to the people because like we still have to go work same way.
Exactly.
So it's like there's real. I guess she means when we're off, because you know sometimes when we're off we go out to go eat and da.
So that's what I mean.
Me still go buy food. They go buy food same way in a case.
You know, saying at a peak, a corona, not even drive through. Missy Roxy in a KFC.
In a KFC.
Not even say make she go through the drive-through and you know be
line
safe. No, me never see nobody in it.
I went in. Me did hungry. Me did hungry. Some
In
go
the
KFC.
them tiny media.
This was like when I was like 6 o'clock curfew.
I may say like the media blew up everything in the way. So if you touch it door, you're dead.
Where were you though when you seen that KFC? Obviously you weren't
I
at
was
home.
about my business.
Exactly. She never there yet. So at the same thing. Me did go buy food. She did go about her business on the road same way.
Oh
So.
God.
But we did just the home. Me never know some could actually get tired of my room, to be honest. Like, you know, normally you work, you come home, sometimes you go out, and sometimes you just want to stay in your
Just
room.
knowing that you can go out was enough. For you.
But the fact that like
They
you
have
can't
to
go
do.
nowhere
Not
or
allowed.
anything, me I say, whoa, like, no one go outside. Me never know some could get tired of my bed. Or like just tired of watching the same old series them over and over, Fresh Prince, Breakfast Club, the same old something them.
Initial numbers and your prediction.
Oh yeah. So when we didn't have let me tell you, Jamaica did have numbers like a 1, like it did staggered at first, and then it just started soar through the roof. And then you know, we did start to people in videos, "Mana go in, mana I'll be at the party." So we're like, oh my God.
My predictions were correct. I predicted that we're going to have thousands.
I predicted that we'd have been at 10,000 by
No,
July.
we never have 10,000, but me say it, I'll go to 1,000.
How much have you now?
I think it's 800 and
My
something.
My stopwatch. I'm over
800 and
corona.
something.
The saddest, what was the saddest part?
Yeah, when the person died, and then when I heard, I think there was a 13 or 4, there was a baby with it.
Yeah.
That was very sad. That was probably the saddest.
That's another thing about third world countries. Space is limited. ICU care and them some they're very limited. You know, it's kind of heartbreaking when you have to decide. Well, thank God I don't have to decide, but you know, I don't want to be the person to decide who gets a vent and who doesn't. You know, it's kind of
I'm happy we never get to that part though, where we had so much cases where we had to
No
decide.
man, we actually got there.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because you know, we don't have unlimited beds. So it might not have been super drastic, you know. It got there. But thanks for watching, guys. As I said, these ladies are single.
Jesus.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, leave your corona experience in the comments. If you have any questions for Roxanne Lamoye,
At
leave them in the
Roxanella Instagram.
And Lady Lunchops, leave your hand up.
Little lunch off.
Alright. So if you wanna slide in the DMs.
No. Too old for new friends.
Slide in my DM.
I'm kidding. In hers.
I'm just